In this scenario, the host's response to the visitor's complaint about the noise, "Oh, you get used to it," illustrates how learning can be both helpful and potentially harmful, depending on the context and perspective of the situation. First, we have helpful learning. The host's response suggests that over time people become desensitized to the overwhelming stimuli of a noisy city. This process of adaptation can be seen as helpful because it allows people to live in challenging environments without being constantly distracted by things that might initially feel overwhelming. For example, when someone first moves to a busy city like New York, the noise of honking cars, construction, and crowds can be startling. But as soon as they spend more time there, their brain learns to filter out the sounds, enabling them to focus on other tasks or relax despite the chaos around them. Now, getting used to a difficult situation can lead to greater emotional resilience. In this case, the host's statement suggests that one can cope with the noise and the busyness of the atmosphere in the city, even if initially makes them feel uncomfortable. This kind of adaptation is often seen as a form of learning to live with things you cannot change. It allows a person to navigate the challenges of life in a busy city without being constantly distressed. Now we have harmful learning. On the other hand, learning that takes place in this scenario may be seen as harmful in that it encourage the individual to accept negative conditions without seeking change or improvement. In this case, getting used to it, something could imply that the visitor stops trying to address the underlying issue, such as finding ways to reduce noise or improve their living situation. The host might unintentionally downplay the potential for solutions or creating a expectation that discomforts should simply be tolerated rather than addressed. Now, over time, learning to ignore the noise might result in an individual becoming desensitized to the stressors in their environment. In extreme cases, this can lead to diminishing awareness of the negative impact of the environment on their well-being, such as ignoring psychological effects of constant noise pollution like hearing loss and sleep disturbance. The process of getting used to it can lead to an unhealthy normalization of what should ideally be considered a problem or a source of stress that requires intervention. In conclusion, the statement, "Oh, you get used to it," reflects on a dual aspect of learning. It can be helpful by fostering adaptation and resilience in the face of challenging circumstances, but it can also be harmful by promoting complacency to persistent negative stimuli.